Annanas? Wow, every time it's gonna get me. Her name's Anna. I don't know why it's called Growing Annanas. Unless it's supposed to be like bananas, in which case I get it. Hello again. I am surprised to find myself making a second video reviewing a workout program. I didn't really expect this to be something I would continue doing, but here we are. We're on to a second video after 4 weeks of doing Growing Annanas workouts. I did 3 weeks of HIIT It Hard and really struggled to finish the third week because it just wasn't really what I was looking for. And then instead of just quitting completely, I did the first week of HIIT It Harder, which is a little bit different than her first program. So I had previously done a one-off of hers when I was just looking for a supplemental thing to do during my week and liked it. So it's like, oh, well, maybe this program will be like a nice little 4-week morsel before I go back to 8 to 12 weeks of a more in-depth and probably strength-based program. So in talking pros and cons, I'm gonna start with the cons, but I will caveat this with what I'm looking for in a workout is probably not the same thing you're looking for in a workout. So what I might think is a negative, you might be like, yes, this is dope. This is the greatest thing ever. So just because I don't like it or I got bored of the program doesn't mean that you necessarily will. Every workout I would say is essentially the same moves. Maybe 90% if not more of them are the same moves. You're doing planks, push-ups, squats, squat jumps, lunges, plank shoulder taps, leg lifts, and a few other things that you would do every time. And this is incredibly monotonous to me. Not only is it a full body workout every day, which I prefer splits of upper versus lower body, and then a full body maybe thrown in during the week, but it just doing the same thing every day is not going to keep me engaged for more than maybe 3 days at a time. It's very easy for me to get bored if I'm doing just that. I mean, it's possible that that's something that you like. For example, maybe day 1, you could only do a few mountain climbers during the 50 seconds. And by day 15, you're cruising through 25 of those 50 seconds. And then by day 30, you're just crushing it. So maybe it's a great way for beginners or more beginner types who don't mind doing the same thing every day so that they can see their progression easier. But for me, I was just this is a piece of cake and I don't want to eat cake every day, I guess. I want different sweets. I want a brownie or a crumpet or whatever. I even accidentally skipped a day because they all look the same to me, and I didn't realize until I was at the end of the week and had finished a day early that I completely missed a day. So another con for me, which is maybe not necessarily about the program and could just be more about me having weak wrists, I don't know. But day after day doing essentially the same moves, 50 seconds of plank, 50 seconds of plank shoulder taps, 50 seconds of mountain climbers, 50 seconds of push-ups. After 4 to 5 minutes, my wrists are toast. And it just, no amount of stretching is gonna recover those bad boys fast enough. So, I mean, it could just be I have weak baby wrists, that's possible. For a program that is called HIIT It Hard and her second program, HIIT It Harder, there is not a lot of HIIT. HIIT is high intensity interval training. Now, do I believe that it's interval training? 100%. There is a mix of cardio and there's strength-based activities. It's 50 seconds on, 10 seconds off, intervals, right? With a variety of moves of varying speeds. So definitely interval training. Is it high intensity? I don't think I would consider a single workout that I did. So excluding stretching days, let's exclude stretching and ab days. So 20 days, 0 of them were high intensity. So usually high intensity is like 20 to 30 seconds, really hard work, and then 15 to 30 seconds break, depending on how generous the instructor is. I expect a program that has HIIT in the title to be at least 60% HIIT, and so I'm really disappointed when programs say they're HIIT, or at least a workout says it's HIIT, and you're like, okay, that was a quarter of the workout. This is not a HIIT workout. You tricked me into doing body weight stuff. Much like how fitness YouTubers use HIIT in workout titles that aren't HIIT, they also don't use proper form for some moves, and this really makes me like disinterested in following their programs, because I feel like if you can't show me high knees that have high knees, or like plank shoulder taps where you're not rocking back and forth, it's harder for me to want to watch the rest of your videos, because I assume that you don't really know what you're doing. This isn't simply something like Growing Annanas does. This is like a lot of fitness YouTubers. They use gimmicky titles and don't use proper form. And you know, if you have 1 million subscribers, or I don't know, whatever, even if you have like 50,000 subscribers, that's 50,000 people who are watching you do things wrong and potentially also doing them wrong. And while yes, it is on the viewer to check proper form, maybe take like a photo or video of themselves to see if they're doing it properly compared to what they see online, or like, I don't know, get a personal trainer session. Yes, it's technically on them to do proper form, but I would hope that someone whose interest is in teaching and instructing, that you would, you know, utilize proper form yourself. So that's something that's a little, it makes me sigh and roll my eyes a little bit when I see it. If you're tired of me complaining, here's the pro section. So what I really liked was that there are ab moves in basically every workout. So, you know, a muscle I don't really work all that often unless it's part of compound moves. I'm now working more frequently, so you know, that was nice to have. And there's a core or an ab day each week on its own, which is also nice, so that you can really like work those core muscles. There is an ab day and a stretching day in both of the programs each week, which is also nice. While I don't think the program is great as a program, I do think that the workouts can be great if you are looking for a few days of like full body cardio strength type workouts. I think that's great. The other note or thought that I have is that while these programs are marketed as advanced, I would not classify them that way. I think that there are some things that feel advanced about it, like the short rest period and the immense amount of burpees. Burpees aren't really beginner friendly. A lot of people that do burpees do like an inchworm. And anyway, so I don't necessarily think these programs are advanced. I would say maybe they are intermediate at most, because you can eat, but really like beginners can do them, because you just use a lighter weight if you need to for the Hit It Harder program or the last 2 weeks of Hit It Hard. Another nice thing about the program is that it can easily be done anywhere as long as you have a mat and like a set of dumbbells. That goes for both programs. Like as long as you have a mat, a chair actually, and a set of dumbbells, then you are in good company. You can do the workout. In Hit It Hard, it is full body every day. In Hit It Harder, at least the first week, and from what I can tell of the following 3 weeks in that program, there are upper body and lower body splits and full body days within the same week. So it's a little bit more varied, but still still I found the first week to be incredibly repetitive, and I probably wouldn't make it past the second week in the second program either. So Hit It Hard starts out with 2 weeks that are just body weight, and since it's marketed as a advanced program, this is very confusing to me, because why am I only doing body weight stuff for 2 weeks? If this is advanced, I think that it should have started with weights. So in the second week, I added dumbbells to the workouts myself, just to make it harder for me. In Hit It Harder, it does start out with weights. Hit It Harder also has the chapters mark, the warm up versus the workout versus the cool down. And that is great, especially if you're someone like me who might like go on a run and then you can just easily skip the warm-up instead of having to scrub through what you presume is the warm-up link. I am not sure who the Hit It Hard program is for. I guess people that like repetitive workouts and want to do full body every day. Yeah, I guess we'll go with those folks. I think Hit It Harder is a better program overall because it has like the upper body versus lower body days. You're not just like working the same exact muscle groups every day, which can be hard in terms of like letting those muscles rest and recover. Anyway, if you completely disagree with me, that's totally cool. Like, again, this is my personal experience, my personal opinion on this program, and while I don't recommend it, maybe you do. If you like the program, if you loved Hit It Hard, like what was it about the program and were you able to see results? So if you have recommendations on like a 4-week program that you really liked, has some variety, has upper lower body splits, and think that that would be something I would enjoy, I would love your recommendations. All right, well, thank you. Goodbye.